Hello and welcome back to Roberto Hernandez Stadium for yet another episode of USC Aiken Pacer Baseball, as the Pacers will finish off the three-game series against the Young Harris Mountain Lions in just a few moments.
Yeah, it's been a pretty one-sided series so far, with the Pacers taking the first two out of the three, and they've moved to 11-2 with that win yesterday, the 15-5 victory here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium. Meanwhile, the Young Harris Mountain Lions come into this game with a record of 3-10, so they'll be looking to get a very important conference win here against the Pacers, and the Pacers will look to sweep the series and move to being undefeated in conference play.
And they will, if they win tonight, they will be undefeated in conference play and remain undefeated at the Roberto Hernandez Stadium.
Yeah, they boast a 9-0 record here. Meanwhile, the Mountain Lions are 0-6 on the road, so
And we are about ready to get underway here. Marcus Johnson along with Jordan Phillips bringing you the action, which will begin in just a few moments, as Corey Ewald will dig in to lead things off for the Mountain Lions. He'll be facing off against the Pacer starter, Nick Yobi.
Ewald hitting .286 on the year.
And Yobi looks about ready to go. Winds up for the first pitch. Inside, and we are underway. Coming into today's game, Nick Yobi hasn't had a decision just yet. He's made 2 starts with a 9.9 ERA with 3 appearances and 10 innings pitched. And now he's got a 1-1 count on Ewald. Grounded foul right in front of the plate. Rest of the Pacer infield is as follows. Zach Moon playing catcher today for the first time this season, at least here at the Burt.
Oh, no, actually, he caught the Payne game.
Oh, well, that explains why I didn't see him catch. So, Zach Moon catching today. Still an unorthodox position for him this season.
It is indeed.
Jonathan Banks gets the nod at first base. Skylar Mercado in his usual spot at second, along with Tyler Ammerman at short. And Dalton Weeks finishes things off at the hot corner on third. The outfield looks about where it's been most of the season. Mitchell Price over in left, Jose Bonilla in center, and Niall Goings once again starting out in right.
Yeah, the Pacers developing a nice little platoon out there in right field with Goings and Westerberg.
Grounded right back to the mound. It's going to go off the shin of Yobi. Tough throw for Ammerman. He's not going to be able to get him. So it'll be an infield base hit to start things off here in the first.
Yeah, that one unfortunate for Yobi. Just kind of kicked off of his ankle there, and Ammerman would have had no chance to make that play.
He was coming down through the finishing of his pitch, and he was at an awkward angle to try to field that, and it just...
Yeah, it was just an awkward angle for any of the infielders to make a play on that one.
So 1 on, nobody out. Jackson Jones coming to the plate now. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike 1.
Jones will look to catch fire here for the Mountain Lions. He's had a bit of a rough season, hitting .185. He's got 5 hits and 27 at-bats. So he'll look to get some heat on his bat today.
Well, batting second in the order, he'll probably get a few at-bats today unless they pull him as a check throw comes over to first. Not in time, however. The 0-1. Catches the inside part of the plate. Got 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. Misses outside. And count 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it over again. And again the 1-2. That one is in there for a call strike 3. And Jones goes down on strikes for the first out.
That was a good pitch by Yobi. It was low and inside, but it was really well placed. I doubt Jones would have been able to get to that one if he had swung at it. It was just a great pitch by Yobi.
Yeah, he probably would have been tied up on it. And a bunt here. Down the third base side. Yobi goes to get it. Picks it up. Throws it to first. A little off angle, but Banks able to grab the ball out of midair and make the out.
Banks, I think, tagged him on the helmet, on the top of the helmet.
Whatever works. So now there are 2 down and a runner on second base for Luke Miller. Miller batting .256 on the year, has a home run and 8 RBIs. First pitch just misses inside for ball 1. The 1-0. This one will find the strike zone. The count 1-1. One down the middle, and the count 1-2.
And another nice pitch by Yobi. That one low.
Ground ball through the shortstop side and into left field for a base hit. And that will put runners on the corners with 2 outs for Young Harris.
The first baseman, number 13, Zach Wall.
That brings up Zach Wall, the first baseman. Wall batting .277, home run and 9 RBIs. Fouled off the first pitch, count 0-1. And the 0-1. This is outside. Count 1-1. This is inside this time, 2-1. Yobi deals. Little blooper to second, caught by Mercado for the third and final out. So Young Harris will leave 2 stranded here in the top of the first inning. We're going into the bottom half. Still 0-0. And welcome back. Bottom of the first inning, about to get underway. Jose Bonilla leading things off in his usual number 1 spot. He'll be followed by Mitchell Price, who's on deck, and Connor Durden, usually the catcher, actually DHing today. Bats in the hole.
Bonilla continues to impress in that number 1 slot for the Pacers, hitting .423 on the year with 5 stolen bases. He has yet to be caught stealing.
Let's hope he keeps that trend up. He has a 1-0 count. Tries to show a bunt, pulls it back, but it's in the strike zone anyway. Pitcher for today's game, Hudson Graham. Graham with a 2.08 ERA leads the team as Bonilla swings and misses for a strike. He has an 0-1 record in 5 appearances and 1 start, and also 8.2 innings pitched. That's hit towards the second base side, and that's going to get through. We'll see how they mark it as it went off of the shoe of the second baseman, Whitmire.
That will be scored a hit for Bonilla.
It was a tough play, so it's a fair scoring of that, I believe.
I think so.
So a leadoff base hit will get the Pacers going as Mitchell Price comes to bat. First pitch to Price a bit high and inside for ball 1. Price struggling a little bit this year in terms of batting average, but he's at least producing some clutch hits when he needs to. As he pops that one up, foul territory down the first base side, going towards the fence and just out of play.
His batting average isn't the highest, but he's actually second on the team in RBIs with 16.
So like it was said, and Mitchell Price getting the hits when he needs to. He's got a runner on first, a 1-1 count, and he pops up that pitch. This one into shallow left field. Lost in the sun, and it's going to land a fair ball. Nobody could find the ball, and that's going to be a double for Mitchell Price.
Wow, what a slip up there for the Mountain Lions. I mean, there was nobody even close to that.
Yeah, no, it looked like it was going to be around middle of left field there, and it ends up hitting near the foul line of left field. Nobody knew where it was.
And it's easy to see how that happened. I mean, the sun is right, and it's bright today.
Oh, it was right there. Yeah,
it's really bright outside today. The sun would have been right in those guys' eyes, and you kind of feel bad for them a little bit.
But it will be marked as a double for Mitchell Price, and there are runners on second and third for the hottest Pacer hitter right now, Connor Durden. Durden batting .567 on the year, 5 home runs and 13 RBIs.
Yeah, what a pleasant surprise for the Pacers this year in Connor Durden. He's had an awesome season.
Yeah, he's I said it in the broadcast yesterday, but he's filled in the place of Max Schoen, who we lost to graduation last year. He's filled that spot very well.
Yeah, he's a hot-hitting catcher just like Schoen was, and he provides a little pop in that bat.
That pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1.
We saw him in the game Friday night. He was 3 for 4 with a walk-off single to his credit. So he's definitely been an excellent addition to this Pacer offense this season.
Ooh, just catching the outside corner again, 2-2.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch there by Graham.
Just missing outside. Tried to go right back to that same pitch, but the count now full.
That was another great pitch by Graham. It's just a little bit outside this time.
And again, a little bit too far outside this time, and Connor Durden draws the walk.
Yeah, relied a little bit too much on that breaking ball and just wasn't hitting his spots those last few pitches.
So with that, bases are loaded, and Zach Moon comes to the plate. Despite the fact that a lot of pitchers aren't trying to pitch to Moon, considering he is All-American, he's still batting .319 on the year with 5 home runs and 18 RBIs, but he pops this one up into left field. And that one will be caught. for the first out, but tagging and scoring will be Bonilla, so it's going to be a sac fly for Zach Moon, and the Pacers are on the board.
And that'll bring Moon's team leading RBI count to 19.
So now runners on first and second with one man down as John Banks comes to the plate.
Banks is having a nice season himself, hitting .409 this year. Got 3 doubles and a home run to his credit.
And going to be a little conference on the mound here. The umpire heads on out to tell him time is up. And we'll get back to baseball. So runners on first and second for the Pacers with one out and John Banks to the plate. Banks, and I'll be the first to admit it, I was a little skeptical about how his fielding would be this year, but he's played first base pretty well in place of Brian Pereira, and his bat has been right where it was last year.
Yeah, Banks moving over to first base is probably one of the best things that could have happened for him. He looks fantastic over there.
A little dancing by Mitchell Price over at second, trying to get into the head of the Mountain Lion hurler Graham. So we count 1-0 to Banks now. That pitch misses outside, 2-0.
As we were talking about Banks, I mean, he's still perfect in the field. He's got a 1,000 fielding percentage, no errors. He looks great over there at first base. He's absolutely fantastic.
And in the top half of this inning, he had a little bit of trouble. Well, not him having trouble, but he managed to avoid a bit of trouble by making a nice little snag on a bit of an erroneous throw.
Yeah, he, like we mentioned, he looks so much better over there at first than he did at third last season.
And counting out 2-1 as that pitch finds the strike zone.
And that sometimes can be it's as simple as that. You just need a little bit of a position change. Sometimes you're just in a bad position and you need to move a little bit, and it can make a huge difference.
And he'll ground that pitch foul into the Pacer dugout and count 2-1. 2-2. They hadn't updated the scoreboard when I was looking. Two-two pitch, line, past the diving third baseman. That's going to go all the way to the corner. Mitchell Price rounds third. He will score. Coming into third base, and they're going to hold him there, is Durden. It's an RBI double for Jonathan Banks, and the Pacers lead it 2-0.
And that right there is why it was so important for the Pacers to find a home for Banks in the field. You can't have a bat like that sitting on the bench.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah,
he's such a talented hitter, and you got to find a way to get that kind of production in your lineup.
Well, last year they started having him DH as much as they could because his bat was hot, and despite the problems in the field, his bat was coming through for them in clutch situations. He had a few walk-off hits, and I remember him getting the hero of the game tag quite often. And the first pitch into Niall Goings misses for ball one. Goings getting hot right now as well for the Pacers. Third on the team in batting average.
Hitting .440.
And he hits a fly ball into right field. That's going near the track. That will be caught for the second out, but the runner tags from third and from second. And it's going to be a sac fly for Niall Goings.
And that's going to score another.
And another run as they mishandled the cutoff. That's 2 RBIs for Niall Goings. And with that, the Pacers now lead it 4-0.
Well, you can't ask for much better if you're Niall Goings. I mean, yeah, you got the fly out, but 2 RBIs on a fly out, and it doesn't count towards you.
That's a fair trade in my opinion.
I'd say that's a very fair trade.
And he clears the bases yet again in the first inning. He had a 3 RBI double in the first inning of last night's game, and he's following the same trend today.
Yeah, this series has been very kind to Niall Goings. Yeah, that towering solo home run in Friday night's game.
Towering over the light posts.
Yeah, it was just a huge vertical home run that somehow managed to get over the fence.
Now Dalton Weeks at the plate already with a 2-0 count. Make it 3-0 as that pitch misses low and inside. Weeks doing pretty well for himself, batting an even 300 with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs, and he's going to draw a 2-out, 4-pitch walk to keep things going here in the first.
The shortstop, number 8, Tyler Emmerman.
Emmerman now digs in. Emmerman batting .260 on the year, but he does have 3 home runs, 2 triples, and 13 RBIs, so clutch hits from Emmerman when they count. And he has a 1-0 count to start things off. Another pitch inside, and the count 2-0.
Having another little conference out there on the mound.
Another pitch inside, and the count 3-0. This one will find the strike zone, count 3-1. Inside corner again, 3-2, count full. And the 3-2 pitch misses high and inside, and Emmerman draws the second straight walk to put runners on first and second.
The second baseman, number 11, Skyler Mercado.
That brings us to Skyler Mercado, the number 9 hitter.
And he's been doing excellent in that number 9 slot this season.
Yeah, batting .351 on the year with a home run and 8 RBIs.
And we've said it a lot throughout the season, but that 9 slot can be a really dangerous weapon if you've got this DH position that the Pacers do have. That 9 slot can become basically a second leadoff hitter.
And it's a high fly ball, deep left field, going back on the track at the wall. It is gone! A 3-run home run for Skyler Mercado, and the Pacers now lead it 7-0.
That's Mercado's second home run of the season. Also bring his RBI total to 11.
So Mercado having himself a day already.
Fielder, number 4, Jose Bonilla.
And that will bring up Jose Bonilla.
Flip the card for the Pacers as Bonilla will be back up to bat.
So Bonilla singled and scored his first time up earlier on in this inning. And now he's going to hit a fly ball into center field. And that one will be caught for the third and final out, but the Pacers get the job done. They score 7 runs in the bottom of the first inning to lead it 7-0. We're going to the top of the second. And welcome back to Roberto Hernandez Stadium for this USC Aiken baseball broadcast brought to you by Willie Jules Barbecue. I'm Marcus Johnson, and that over there, which if you could see would make sense, is Jordan Phillips.
Hi, everyone.
And we thank you for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Pacers lead the Mountain Lions 7-0 in this third and final game of the series between Young Harris and the USC Aiken Pacers.
And what a day for baseball it is out there.
It's a cool day, but it's sunny out.
Sunny skies, no clouds, beautiful outside.
Rudy Gaona leading things off here for the Mountain Lions as they trail the Pacers 7-0. He's the DH in today's game. And he now has a 1-2 count as the pitch from Yobi finds the strike zone. Gaona batting .237 on the year. No home runs and a single RBI at this point in time. And that pitch misses outside and even the count at 2-2. New catcher for the Pacers, Zach Moon, after one inning behind the plate, has been replaced by Charlie Padilla. An interesting move to say the least, but with a 7-0 lead early on, I guess you can afford to do a little mix and matching every now and again. And the count now full at 3-2 as that pitch misses low and away. Foul out of play and we'll do it over. Three-two pitch again. Fouled off again. And the 3-2 once again. A hopper to short. Ammerman charges it, grabs it, throws it to first, and gets the out.
Nice defensive effort by Ammerman there to charge that one, corral it, and get it over to Banks for the out.
The second baseman, number 1, Levi Whitman.
And Levi Whitmore, the second baseman for the Mountain Lions, digs in now.
Whitmer searching for his first hit of the season.
And they'll let the first pitch go by for strike one.
He is currently 0 for 4.
Fouls that one off, count 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch from Yobi. Ooh, curveball just misses outside.
Yeah, that was a beautiful curveball. I could have swore that was in the zone, but the umpire disagrees.
It was definitely one that he was trying to get him to chase. Whitmire able to lay off of it, though, and has a 1-2 count. This one he grounds through the first base side for a base hit. That's Whitmire's first hit of the year. And with one out, the Mountain Lions will have one man on for Nick Sexton, the right fielder.
Sexton, a 286 hitter. Got 14 hits and 49 at-bats with 4 doubles and a home run to his credit.
Fouls off the first pitch for strike one. Pitch outside. Count even at 1-1. Grounded foul. Count 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Good defensive at bat here from Sexton.
Yeah, Sexton showing a lot of good defensive swings. Extending this at bat, waiting for his pitch. We'll see if he gets it against Yobi.
Fouls it off again. Still 1-2 strikes with 1 man on and 1 man out here in the top of the second inning. Pacers leading the Mountain Lions 7-0. And again, the 1-2 pitch. Misses inside, 2-2.
Great approach here from Sexton.
Well, Sexton's been doing a good job this series, especially in the field. He's had some tough plays he had to make out in right field, and he's come up strong. And the count full. So success in the field looks like it's paying off a little bit at the plate too.
We'll see if he gets this. We'll see if he reaps the benefits of this nice at bat of his.
Three-two. Misses inside, and Sexton draws the walk.
What a beautiful at bat from Sexton.
Now runners.
Fouled off a couple, spoiled some good pitches from Yobi. Great job.
And now runners on first and second. Number 9 hitter coming up, Tyler Washington. Washington batting an even .300 on the year. First pitch to Washington is in there for call strike 1. Oh, 1, lined foul. And the 0-2, fouled off again. Grounded right back to the mound. Yobi throws to second for 1. The throw to first is off target, and the runner will be safe.
Yeah, it's a bummer if you're Yobi. Made a great defensive effort to catch that one before it went back into the infield. Got it over to Mercado for the first out. And that throw from Mercado to Banks just a little high. Pulled Banks off the bag.
So now runners on the corners with 2 outs as we go back to the top of the order with Corey Ewald, who singled his first time up. First pitch curveball in there for strike 1. The 0-1. Curveball misses inside and low for ball 1 to even the count. Fly ball. Bonilla going back after it. And he will make the catch for the third out. So another pair of runners stranded for the Mountain Lions as the Pacers hold on to their 7-0 lead going into the bottom of the second inning. And welcome back. Pacers lead the Mountain Lions 7-0, bottom of the second inning. About to get underway as Mitchell Price will lead things off. Had a bit of a bloop double his first time up as he hit it up in the air and nobody knew where it was. And he lines one in the air, and that's going to go foul.
Yeah, it should have been an easy out, but the position of the sun interfered with the fielders, and nobody really got a good beat on where it was, and it just dropped behind all of them, really.
It won't go on the sheet as an error, and I don't even know if you can call it an error. It was just the elements of the earth playing tricks on you.
Yeah, it was just a playing field, and where the sun was, it just threw him off.
Another fly ball into left field. That one is going to go foul, and a dive. Oh, unable to come up with the catch, however, was the left fielder Ewald. Good effort, though, to try to get that ball.
That was a really good effort. A nice diving effort by Ewald. Must have just barely slipped out of his glove.
It may have actually gone into his glove, but the contact with the ground knocked it out.
Yeah.
So either way, all that effort and all that's going to come out of it is a 1-2 count.
And Price is getting some good rip over there to the left field.
This one's going to go into center field. Line drive, base hit.
Well,
Mitchell Price, 2 for 2 today.
Well, I was going to say he might rip one over the left field wall, but instead he'll just drop one into center for a single, which works just as well.
Yeah, a home run or a base hit, they both count the same towards a batting average. Slugging percentage is a different thing, but... So now Durden up, walked and scored his first time up. And he swings at the first pitch and misses for strike one. That misses outside. Count even at 1-1. That'll find the strike zone. And the count 1-2. Ground ball through for a base hit into right field. Goings holds up at second. Not Goings, Mitchell Price holds up at second. And it'll be a base hit for Connor Durden.
His hot hitting season continues.
That brings up Charlie Padilla. Padilla batting in place of Zach Moon, who had a sac fly RBI.
Padilla hitting .278 this year.
And we're going to have a visit to the mound now Pacers have 2 on and nobody out.
And the Mountain Lions do have someone up and throwing. I don't think they'll quite go out to him yet.
Now, it has been a tough early start here as Pacers lead 7-0.
And they will go to the bullpen.
Yep, so pitching change coming up here in the bottom of the second inning. Pacers lead 7-0, have 2 on and nobody out. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Bottom of the second inning still underway. Pacers have 2 on and nobody out as Charlie Padilla comes to bat.
And a pitching change for the Mountain Lions. They bring in Chris Noonan. Noonan at 12.46 ERA this season.
And the first pitch to Padilla high for ball 1.
He's sporting an 0-1 record.
The 1-0. Grounder down third base side. Fair ball. Steps on third for 1. Throw to first in time for the double play.
The first baseman, John Banks.
That brings up John Banks. Doubled and came around to score his first time. He's got 1 man on. Man on second with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. And the 1-0. Misses low and outside, 2-0. 2-0 pitch. That finds the strike zone. Count 2-1.
Nice pitch by Noonan. Nice little breaking ball to catch the corner there.
And a call of time here in the middle of the windup.
A little unorthodox there.
So Noonan just taking a little bit too long for Banks' liking.
And that one off the plate.
So 3-1 the count. And the 3-1 misses low and away. And that'll be ball 4. John Banks draws the 2-out walk.
And that brings up the hot-hitting Niall Goings.
Right fielder number 34, Niall Goings.
So Goings digs in, hit a sac fly, and on the relay in, they mishandled the ball and allowed 2 runs to score. So now Goings, despite not having a hit yet, having a productive day. He's got 2 on and 2 out. And here's the first pitch to Goings, which he fouls off for strike 1. The 0-1. Fly ball, left field, and it's going to hook. Foul.
Oh, just foul that was. What a well-hit ball by Goings.
Goings flirting with yet another home run, but it just hooked a little too far.
Goings having a little fun out there.
The 0-2 comes inside to Goings, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Ooh, Goings tried to offer at it. And they're going to say he went around. So that'll do it for Niall Goings, who almost looked like he held up on it. So,
Yeah.
but he got called on going around for strike 3. So the Pacers will leave 2 stranded, and they're unable to score here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And welcome to the top of the third inning. Marcus Johnson along with Jordan Phillips, bringing you the action live from Roberto Hernandez. The Pacers lead the Mountain Lions 7-0. Leading things off for the Mountain Lions this half of the inning be Jackson Jones, the catcher. Struck out his first time up. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike one.
Mighty hack at that one from Jones.
The 0-1. Lined right at John Banks, who makes the grab.
Goodness gracious, what a grab by John Banks. And his fantastic season defensively continues over there at first base. What a play.
Yeah, right spot, right time. Reached over and grabbed it. So with that, we will see Zach Odom come to the plate. Sack bunt on his first plate appearance. And first pitch down the middle for strike one. The 0-1. Grounder. Slowly to short. Ammerman grabs it. Throw to first. He's going to draw Banks off the bag. And the runner will be safe. And they will score that a hit, as they very well should. So a runner on first base with one out for Luke Miller. Miller singled his first time up. Pitch outside for ball one. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And the 1-1. Ooh, just misses the corner there, and the count 2-1. 2-1. Ooh, tied him up on an inside pitch in the count 2-2.
Nice pitch from Yobi that time.
And a fly ball into right field. Goings backing up, and he will make the catch for the second out.
First baseman number 13, Zach Wall.
That brings up Zach Wall. Flew out his first time up. Runner on first base for the Mountain Lions, and two down here in the top of the third inning. Pacers still leading 7-0. And a swing and a miss on a curveball for strike one.
Yobi starting to find his locations a little bit better. Harness those breaking balls. He's doing a good job out there.
The 0-1. Popped up. Right along the first base side, foul territory. Banks looking for it, and it's going to actually go to Mercado. Looked like Banks was going to make the play, but Mercado comes over and makes the catch in fair territory for the third and final out. So one will be stranded as we go into the bottom of the third inning. Pacers still leading 7-0. We enter the bottom of the third inning. Pacers up 7-0 over Young Harris. Dalton Weeks will lead things off for USC Aiken. Weeks walked and scored his first time up. And the first pitch right there for strike one. The 0-1. Grounded. Up the middle and through for a base hit. So leadoff man aboard for the Pacers. And we'll bring up Tyler Ammerman. Ammerman also walked and scored his first time out there. First pitch to Ammerman in the strike zone. Count 0-1. That's a fly ball into center field. Washington going after it. And he will make the catch for the first out.
The second baseman, number 11, Skyler Mercado.
That brings up Skyler Mercado. Hit a 3-run home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning, his first time up.
And we were talking about how that number 9 spot can become a second leadoff spot. And then Mercado showed that, hey, number 9 can also be a cleanup spot.
Exactly right. Bottom half of the Pacer order just as dangerous as the top half of it. And Mercado has 1 on and 1 out. And he lets the first pitch go by outside the zone for ball 1. Throw back to the mound almost went over the head of Noonan, but he was able to make a little bit of a leap and grab it.
Nice athletic grab there from Noonan.
The 1-0. Also misses outside, 2-0. Grounded. Slowly to the second base side. Flip to second for 1. Throw to first. In time for the double play. So the Pacers unable to score yet again, but they still hold on to that 7-0 lead as we go into the top of the 4th inning. And we enter the top of the 4th inning with the Pacers leading Young Harris 7-0. The DH for today's game for the Mountain Lions leads things off. Rudy Gayona, grounded out his first time up. And the first pitch outside for ball one. The 1-0. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike one. The 1-1. Fouled off, 1-2. Ooh, curveball comes inside, just gets out of the way though. 2-2. Another curveball. Ooh, comes back into the strike zone. And down looking for the first out goes Gayona.
Well, that had a lot of movement on that curveball. That was a beautiful pitch from Nick Yobi.
That brings up Whitmire. Whitmire singled his first time up. First pitch is in there for strike one. The 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. Just outside, 1-2. Ooh, just missing outside again. 2-2 the count. Popped up, foul territory, and out of play. Two-two pitch misses outside, and the count now full. Swing and a miss on the 3-2 pitch for the strikeout and the second out.
He'll be missing with his curveball and breaking ball away, so he said, let me just throw some heat down the center of the zone, see if you can get it. Whitmire unable to, so here we are with two outs.
That brings up Nick Sexton, walked his first time up, and he fouls off the first pitch for strike one. The 0-1. Down the middle for strike two. Ooh, curveball just misses coming back in, and the count 1-2.
Yeah, that was off by about a millimeter.
Very, very close pitch. That one grounded, foul. 1-2. Fouled off again. Once again, the 1-2. Ooh, inside. 2-2.
Real inside. I thought that might have glanced off the knee there, but this at-bat will continue.
Almost came back into the zone on the inside of the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. Pacers leading 7-0. And a swing and a miss for the 3rd strikeout of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts as Yobi sits them down in order. We're going into the bottom of the 4th. 7-0 still your score. And welcome back. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pacers lead the Mountain Lions 7-0. Top of the order coming up for USC Aiken. Jose Bonilla, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. First pitch inside corner. Strike 1. Try to get him to chase outside, but Bonilla lays off in the count 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Grounded up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit.
And Bonilla thought about turning 2 on that one and heading to second, but quickly realizing that was not a good idea and coming on back.
I mean, he's got speed, but I don't think he's got that speed.
I don't think anybody has that kind of speed.
No, not likely. Things would have to go wrong in order for him to get to be safe at second on that. But Mitchell Price will come up 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and a run scored. And he fouls the first one back for strike 1. And Noonan steps off the rubber. And Bonilla will head back to the bag. That pitch a little bit high. And the count even at 1-1 on Price. Pitch misses outside, 2-1. And Bonilla takes off for second, and he'll have to go back as Price fouls it off.
Good steal attempt by Bonilla there, though.
They'll probably keep a bit of a closer eye on him now.
If they weren't already keeping a very close eye on him, I mean, he's an absolute dangerous base runner out there.
Yeah, 5 stolen bases on the year, like you said earlier on. 2-2 pitch. Misses inside, 3-2. And the 3-2 to Price. Misses inside. And Price draws the walk.
Designated hitter number 30, Connor Durden.
Connor Durden coming to the plate. Durden 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Now he's got 2 on and nobody out here in the 4th. And Durden will foul that one off for strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch, low and away, 1-1. And the 1-1 to Durden, swings and misses, strike 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low and inside. Jones able to block it, however, and the count 2-2. And that one lined into right field, now it'll go foul. So the count 2-2 on Connor Durden. He's got 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pacers leading Young Harris 7-0. All 7 runs coming back in the 1st.
Yeah, it was a big offensive inning for the Pacers there in the 1st. A lot of those coming off sac flies.
3 of them, yeah. 3 came off of a sac fly. And that's a ground ball over to the second base side. Grab, throw to first in time, but that will advance the runners.
So a productive out for Durden, if nothing else.
Yeah, runners now on 2nd and 3rd for the Pacers. And Charlie Padilla comes to bat. And the infield comes in to get the play at the plate. First pitch low for ball one. This is a dangerous stadium to actually play the infield in because if the batter hits the ball right in front of the home plate, hits that solid dirt there, it's a nice high hop on that ball, and it can go over the heads of the infielders and could be a couple of runs scored.
It absolutely can.
Ooh, and Padilla fouls that one off of himself. Could not feel good.
Yeah, I would imagine so. He nearly took a knee there, so.
Just a little bit of pain. The 1-1. Ooh, curveball comes back into the strike zone.
That was a beautiful curveball.
Yeah, count 1-2. The 1-2. In the dirt, blocked by Jones. Runners stay put. Count even at 2-2 to Padilla. Two. Grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. That scores one. They're going to wave Price around third. He's coming home. Throw will be cut off at second, and it's a 2 RBI single for Charlie Padilla. And the Pacers now lead it 9-0.
Yeah, that's another reason why it's a dangerous park to pull in that infield. You pull them in that far, there's nobody to make that easy play back there up the middle like they would have been if they were back a little further.
And instead of, only getting the player at home and letting 1 run score, 2 runs ended up scoring on a routine ground ball. Of course, then again, that was up the middle there. Would have been a tough play either way. But now John Banks comes up. And he'll take a first pitch strike. Banks, 1 for 1 with a double, a walk, and a run scored. The 0-1. Rounded foul. Banks a little ahead of that curveball. The 0-2. Low and away, blocked by Jones. And count 1-2. Ooh, and that'll hit him. Right off the shoulder. And John Banks heads on down to first after getting hit by the pitch.
Yeah, that cannot feel good.
So runners now on first and second with 1 away for Niall Goings. Had a sac fly for 2 RBIs back in the first, and then he struck out awkwardly. He checked his swing, but the umpires said he didn't, and a little confusion amongst everybody on the field at that point. And we're going to have another call to the bullpen here for young Harris. So we're going to take a short break. The Pacers lead 9-0 here in the bottom of the fourth with 2 on and only 1 out. And the new pitcher for the Mountain Lions, Jackson Boss, comes into the game. Boss with a 5.79 ERA in his 3 appearances and 1 start. And the first pitch to Goings misses for ball 1. Goings offered at it.
Ooh, he offered. That's a good word. Yeah, he offered at that one.
He offered and raised at that one, but he missed, so no good.
Yeah,
1-1.
I think I might have saw the flag move a little bit farther out there in center field.
That is quite a possibility. Goings has the strength to do that. 1-1. Curveball misses inside. 2-1. Fastball low and inside corner. 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it over. Ooh, it's a close pitch to lay off of. That almost fell back into the strike zone on the changeup.
Yeah, that was a huge risk by Goings to lay that one, or lay off that one, but it pays off.
Yep, 3-2 the count. And a swing and a miss by Goings. He's down on strikes for the second time for the second out.
the third baseman, Dalton Weeks.
That brings up Dalton Weeks. Weeks 1 for 1 with a walk, a single, and a run scored. First pitch to Weeks, high and inside for ball 1. One-0 finds the strike zone, evens the count up at 1-1. And the 1-1. Changeup misses high for ball 2. And a call time here from Weeks. Fouled off, and the count even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 4th, where 2 runs have scored, as the Pacers lead 9-0. Popped up, first base side, going into foul territory, and it'll go out of play. The count stays right where it is at 2-2 as the batters head back to their bags. Or as the runners head back to their bags, I should say. Foul tipped. And the count remains 2-2. Grounded, down third base side, fair, bobbles the ball and is unable to come up with it, and all the runners will be safe.
And that is a heartbreaking play.
He went to go step on third base, and Miller just unable to hold on to the ball, and everybody was safe.
Yeah, he elected not to make the throw over to first and instead tried to step on the bag, but I guess the ball slipped out of the webbing in his glove, and it just all hands are safe.
Yeah, I think what happened is he looked to see where he was going, and when he did that, took his eye off the ball for just a split second, and that was all it took. As Amerman steps up with the bases loaded and fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. The 0-1. This is low for ball 1. One pitch is in the dirt, and the count 2-1. That's a line drive into center field. That'll be a base hit. They'll score one, and everybody else will just move up one bag. It's an RBI single for Tyler Ammerman, and the Pacers lead it 10-0.
That was a nice hit by Ammerman. Just dropped it right into the outfield, right in front of the center fielder. Scores one. Bases still loaded for Skyler Mercado.
Yeah, Skyler Mercado has already hit 1 3-run home run back in the first inning, making him 1 for 2 today. And he'll let the first pitch go by for ball 1. The 1-0. Bit low, 2-0. On outside, ball gets away, but the runners will stay right where they are. I think this is one of those moments where the Pacers, they just don't want to pour their salt in the wound. You're already up 10-0. You don't have to play high risk baseball right now. Just hold on to the lead that you've got.
Yeah, there's no need to make any risky maneuvers here. You probably could have scored from third, but there's no need to. At this point.
No need to risk injury or confrontation of any sort.
Yeah.
So 3 balls and no strikes with 2 outs and the bases loaded for Skyler Mercado. That pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Fouled off, full count. Three-two. Ball in the dirt for ball 4. And that'll score another run on the walk. So it's an 11-0 Pacer lead here in the 4th.
Center fielder, Jose Bonilla.
And that will bring up Jose Bonilla once again, who started off this inning with a single and eventually came around to score. He's 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of singles and a pair of runs scored. And the first pitch to Bonilla outside for ball 1. Popped up foul and out of play. That's a fly ball into left field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run scores. In comes another one. The throw to the plate, not in time. A 2 RBI single for Jose Bonilla, and the Pacers now lead it 13-0.
The left fielder, Mitchell Price.
That brings up Mitchell Price, who walked and came around to score earlier on this inning. And he grounds one to the short. They'll throw to second for 1, and that throw's going to get away. So that will allow 1 run to score. And they are going to hold everybody up 1 extra bag. So it will be an E6, allowing another run to score. And the Pacers now lead it 14-0.
Yeah, this is just another one of those tragic innings for the young Harris Mountain Lions. 7 runs, just like they gave up in the first inning, and a few of those have come on errors. This inning should have been over a long time ago. And it just makes you feel a little bit bad for the other team.
That one's grounded back to the mound. Tough play to come up with. The underhand throw to first this time is in time. And that will finally stop the bleeding. But the Pacers score another 7 runs, double their lead as they lead at 14-0 going into the 5th. And welcome to the top of the 5th inning, folks, of USC Aiken Baseball presented by Willie Jules Barbecue. I'm Marcus Johnson, and along with Jordan Phillips, thank you for joining us once again. Pacers leading 14-0 as the top of the 5th starts up with the ball from Nick Yobi to the leadoff man, Tyler Washington.
Yobi's pitched a good game so far. Only 4 hits given up. No runs.
And a 1-1 count now to Washington, who's 0 for 1 today. And a swing and a miss there, 1-2. Curveball misses outside. Count even at 2-2. Popped up, foul territory. Weeks and Padilla gave chase, but it's going to land on top of the Pacer dugout. Out of play. Fly ball in the gap of left center. Bonilla coming over and making the catch for the first out.
Another great defensive effort by Bonilla, using that speed of his to make the journey from all the way in dead center out to left center. Snag that one.
Almost into left field entirely.
Yeah. He uses that speed out there in center field really well. Really great defender out there.
That will bring up Corey Ewald, 1 for 2 today with a single. And he swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Outside corner, 0-2. That one grounded foul. The count stays right where it is. Once again, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball. They'll throw it down to first just to make sure. And down on strikes for the second out goes Ewald.
The catcher, Jackson Jones.
That brings up Jackson Jones, the catcher. And Jones fouls off the first pitch. Jones 0 for 2, and the second time he went out, he lined one right over to John Banks and made a nice little grab.
Yeah, it was an awesome defensive play by Banks there at first.
That one's popped up in the air, left field. And Price there to make the catch for the third and final out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Nick Yobi, who looks locked in, as the Pacers still lead at 14-0 going into the bottom of the fifth. And we enter the bottom of the fifth inning with the Pacers holding a comfortable lead of 14-0 over the Young Harris Mountain Lions. Charlie Padilla will lead things off. And Padilla grounds one to short. The throw to first is in time for the first out.
First baseman number 10, John Banks.
John Banks coming up now, 1 for 1 with a walk, hit by a pitch, a double, and 2 runs scored.
So a productive day for Banks today.
Indeed, on both offense and defense.
Yeah, he's made a couple of little web gems out there at first.
Pitch inside to Banks for strike one. And he grounds that one foul down the third base side. The 0-2. Hopper to second. Mishandled. Throw to first is going to get by, so John Banks will be safe. And that will be marked an E4.
And the defensive woes continue for the Young Harris Mountain Lions.
Number 34.
Which is interesting because in the first 2 games of the series, there weren't a lot of them.
Yeah, it seemed pretty sparing, but today they've already had 4 errors through 5 innings.
Now Goings up to bat, and that pitch came near his head. So he's able to get it out of the way, and the count 1-0. Fouled it right off the umpire, and the count 1-1. Another foul ball off the umpire, and he felt that one. He's going to walk that off a little bit. Same exact spot it looked like. Right off that upper right shoulder. So Niall Goings is not making any any friends today.
Definitely not. Let's hope he doesn't get any close pitches, because I think our home plate umpire might make a decision on that one.
Yeah, I don't think I can blame him either. I get hit with 2 balls in the chest like that. It's not a good day.
Goings doesn't hit little tappers.
Oh no, definitely not.
Ball comes off that bat with some velocity.
Well, the thing was, he only hit just a little bit of it, so almost the full velocity of the pitch coming in and hitting the umpire right in the chest like that. So I count 1-2 to Goings, with 1 on and 1 out. And he'll foul that one off, not off the umpire this time, just out of play.
And I'm sure the umpire breathing a sigh of relief.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you see him flinch every now and again.
Tenses up every time Goings comes to the plate.
This is outside, 2-2. And Goings swings and misses at the pitch for strike 3 in the second out.
The third baseman, Dalton Weeks.
That brings up Dalton Weeks. Weeks, 1 for 2 today. Walked, singled, reached on an error, and has scored 2 runs as there's a check throw over to first. Swing and a miss from Weeks. For strike 1. The 0-1. High and inside, 1-1. Another high pitch there, 2-1. Ooh, swing and a miss. Got him with an off-speed pitch there. Count even at 2-2. Curveball fouled off. Count stays right where it is. Fouled off again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Bottom of the 5th inning. Pacers leading 14-0. And that'll miss. High and inside, full count.
Nice at bat from Weeks this time around.
And another, I believe a balk is going to be called.
I think so.
Went to go do a check throw over to first on Banks and didn't do it right, so John Banks will take over second base on a balk.
Well, I finally get my balk, but it's not what I wanted.
Not a walk-off balk.
It's going to happen. I can feel it in the air.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, runner on second now with 2 outs. And that'll hit him in the shoulder. Dalton Weeks heads on down to first base. And it'll put runners on first and second now.
The shortstop, Tyler Ammerman.
That brings up Tyler Ammerman. Ammerman, 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a pair of runs scored. And another visit to the mound, and it's going to be another pitching change. So we're going to take a break. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Pacers leading 14-0. And welcome back. We are still in the bottom of the 5th inning. 14-0 your score as Ammerman digs in and takes the first pitch ball. The new pitcher for Young Harris, number 14 on the roster, Royce Wolf. No, that can't be right. Wait a second. No, it's 34. I'm sorry. I need better glasses, apparently. Yeah, Blake. Oh, that's a name. That is a name right there. I don't want to say it because I will get in trouble if I do. 2-1 the count. Can you get that name for me?
It might be Mativier?
Okay, we're going to go with that. We'll check with our PA announcer in a moment, make sure we got the pronunciation right. In the meantime, count now 2-2 on Ammerman. And that's going to be grounded to short. Flip to second for 1, and that's all they'll need, as the Pacers will leave a man stranded and are unable to score here in the bottom of the 5th, but they still lead it 14-0. And welcome back. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Pacers leading 14-0, and they have made a few defensive changes. Now playing first base, Brian Pereira. And out in right field, replacing Niall Goings, is Luke Westerberg.
Shortstop number 2, Zach Odom.
And Zach Odom will lead things off for the Mountain Lions. That first pitch outside for ball 1. And count even at 1-1 as that one finds the strike zone. In the dirt, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Tied him up on an inside curveball. Count 2-2. Tried to get him to chase one outside, but he laid off. In the count 3-2 to Zach Odom. Odom 1 for 1 with a sac bunt and a single as he works with a full count and fouls it off to do it over again. Fouled off again. Right off the frame of the netting and back into the glove of Yobi. But he didn't like the ball anyway, so he'll send it in.
Had a nice little ringing noise through Roberto Hernandez Stadium there.
Better than the crashing sound when it lands on the aluminum roof.
That's true.
So once again, the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and the first out. And that is Yobi's 5th strikeout of the evening. Oh, no, 6th strikeout of the evening. I missed a K.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. Yobi's having a great day out there today. 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, as you mentioned, no runs.
As of yet. Can't jinx it. Don't jinx it. And the curveball in there for strike 1 to Luke Miller, who's also 1 for 2 with a single. That pitch will miss, evens the count up at 1-1. Grounded foul. And the 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses inside, 2-2. Hit high, and the count now full to Luke Miller. Foul tipped, and Padilla unable to hold on to the ball. So it'll just be a foul ball. Popped up, first base side foul territory. Pereira chases after it, and he'll let it go out of play. Once again, the 3-2 pitch popped up again. First base side, foul territory, and out of play again. And once again, the 3-2 pitch from Yobi. Fouled off again. Swing and a miss on that pitch for the strikeout and the second out. Throw it down to first just to make sure they get him.
First baseman number 13.
And that'll be 2 outs for Zach Wall coming to the plate. Wall 0 for 2 today. And the first pitch to Wall. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, and curveball finds the strike zone, 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And Yobi once again sits him down in order with 3 strikeouts in a row. We're going into the bottom of the 6th. Pacers still on top, 14-0. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Pacers up 14-0. As Skyler Mercado takes a first pitch, ball 1 from Blake Mativier. We're going to go with that. That pronunciation sounds better. If we're wrong, we apologize.
We do apologize if the Mativier family are watching and we got that name wrong. But if we didn't get it wrong, then that's a really cool last name.
It is.
That's an 80 grade last name.
Yeah, that's fair. 1-1 count to Mercado. And that'll be fouled off, count 1-2. That pitch misses outside, 2-2. In the dirt, full count. Misses outside, and Mercado will draw the walk.
Nice at bat from Mercado. Laid off some good pitches. And props to Mathieu. He did make some good pitches as well, but full count. Can't throw a pitch like that, and Mercado will take his base.
Yep. So I'll put a runner on first base. And Freddie Beeman will come on in to bat for Jose Bonilla. Bonilla went 3 for 4 with 3 singles and 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored.
And Freddie Beeman hitting .333 for the season. 2 hits on 3 at-bats. Or 1 hit on 3 at-bats, excuse me. He has 2 runs.
And the first pitch in there for strike 1. And fouled off, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. This is low and away, 1-2. Beeman will foul that one off to spoil the pitch and keep the at-bat alive. Inside, 2-2. Changeup missed. And the count 3-2. That's going to be grounded over the third base side and through for a base hit. I'll put runners on first and second for the Pacers with nobody out. And Mitchell Price will come to bat. Curveball catches the outside corner for strike 1. Pitch is outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. In the dirt, bounces in front of the plate, but Jones able to get his chest piece on it. Count 2-2. Two-two pitch. Grounder to short. They'll throw to second for one. The throw to first is not in time. Mitchell Price able to beat it out. So runners will be on the corners with one out for Connor Durden.
Designated hitter, Connor Durden.
Durden 1 for 3 today with a walk, a single, and a run scored. And I'll let the curveball go by for ball 1. Popped up. Third base side of the infield, foul territory, and that will be caught by Miller for the second out.
The catcher, Charlie Padilla.
That brings up Charlie Padilla. Padilla 1 for 3 today with a 2 RBI single and a run scored. He still has runners on the corners with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Line into left field. That's going to go back towards the wall, and it'll be a fair ball off the wall. Mitchell Price coming around to score as well, and it's going to be a 2 RBI double for Charlie Padilla, and the Pacers now lead it 16-0.
And the outfield was playing in. Padilla not typically known for his power, but he certainly lined that one over their heads. It hit it into the wall, and that allowed both of those runs to score.
So the Pacers now lead at 16-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning and a runner on second base for Brian Pereira. First pitch to Pereira is low for a ball. That one grounded foul. He'll be taking out the first base coach over there.
Some light footwork to get out of the way of that one on the first base coach's behalf.
So 1-1 the count to Pereira. This is his first at-bat of the game. In the dirt. Ball gets away, but Padilla stays right where he is at second. Another ground ball foul.
And the first base coach tried to make the bare-handed grab there, but it just skimmed past his fingers. He kind of hesitated, held the hand there for a moment.
The count's still 2-2, 2-2 on Brian Pereira with 2 outs and a runner on second. All in the dirt. That goes all the way to the backstop. And Padilla will head on over to third base on the wild pitch. And the 3-2. Lined foul once again. This one lined into the gap in right center. That'll drop in for a base hit. Pereira rounds first. He's going to try for two. The throw's coming in, and it will not be in time. It's a stand-up RBI double for Brian Pereira. And the Pacers now lead it 17-0.
Good piece of hitting by Pereira there to pull that one into right field between that gap in right and center.
And we will see Luke Westerberg come into bat for Niall Goings, who replaced him in right field. Goings, not his best night. He had 3 strikeouts going 0 for 3, but he did have a sac fly, which resulted in a pair of RBIs.
Westerberg hitting .314 on the season.
And first pitch to Westerberg misses for a ball. The 1-0. Curveball misses high. 2-0. That one finds the strike zone. And the count now 2-1. Two-one pitch, inside corner, 2-2. Just misses outside. Full count once again. Fouled off. Do it over. High inside corner for a call, strike 3. And Westerberg down looking for the third out, but the Pacers will add 3 more to their lead. They lead it now 17-0 as we go into the top of the 7th inning. And welcome back. We go into the top of the seventh inning, and Blake Cantrell will be the new Pacer pitcher after Nick Yobi went 6 solid innings with only 4 hits, no runs, and amassing 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, it was a fantastic pitching performance from Yobi today. Should do wonders to bolster his confidence going further on into the season.
It'll certainly help his numbers.
Absolutely.
A couple other defensive changes. We're going to have Andre Brown go out and replace Mitchell Price in left field. And the new second baseman is Dave Langster replacing Skyler Mercado.
And out on the mound now is number 24, the junior Blake Cantrell, with a 1.69 ERA. He's 0 for 0 on the season. He's got 6 appearances, 5 innings pitched. He's given up 1 run. So not bad numbers so far on the season for Cantrell.
He's got a 1-2 count working to the DH Rudy Gaona, who is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. And that pitch misses, so the count now 1-2. Pitch also misses there, 2-2. In the dirt, ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Gaona will get things going here in the top of the 7th inning.
The third baseman, Levi Whitmire.
That brings up Levi Whitmire, 1 for 2 with a single. Pitch right there, outside part of the plate for strike 1. Pitch outside corner again, strike 2. High pitch this time, high fastball, 1-2. Outside part of the plate for strike 3, and Whitmire goes down looking for the first out.
The right fielder, Nick Sexton.
That brings up Nick Sexton. Sexton 0 for 1 with a walk. And he offers it the first pitch, grounds it up the middle to short. He'll step on the bag for 1. The throw to first is in time for the double play. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 7th. Pacers still hold on to that 17-0 lead as we go into the 7th inning stretch. And welcome to the bottom of the 7th inning. Pacers up 17-0 as Dalton Weeks digs in to lead things off. He'll face the new pitcher, Connor Casey, who comes into the relief appearance. And the 1-0 pitch lined into center field. And that will be caught for the first out.
Number 12, Alex Mills.
And we'll see Alex Mills come into bat for Tyler Ammerman. And the first pitch to Mills. A high corner for strike one.
Mills owns the second highest average on the team with 500. 5 for 10 on the season.
The 0-1. Outside corner again. 0-2. That's going to be a fly ball into right field near the track. Jumping and not able to make the catch is Sexton, so it's going to be a double for Alex Mills with one out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, I think the impact with the wall knocked that one out of Sexton's hands. I believe he had control of it, but bumped up against the Ultra Tan sign out there in right field and knocked the ball out of his glove.
So a lucky break for Alex Mills gives him a double. And that will bring up David Langster, who's in for Skylar Mercado. And he's going to hit a fly ball into the gap in left center field. And that's going to be not caught by Washington, in and out of his glove. And that will allow Langster to be safe, and it will move Alex Mills over to third.
And yet another tough break on the defensive side of things for the Mountain Lions.
Center fielder number 2, Freddie Beeman.
That brings up Freddie Beeman. Freddie Beeman, who came in to bat for Jose Bonilla, singled his first time up. First pitch a bit high for ball one. One-0 finds the corner to even the count at 1-1. Popped up into center field. Washington tracking it down. And he makes the catch. Runner tags from third. And he'll just throw it into the cutoff man. So it'll be a sac fly for Freddie Beeman. And the Pacers now lead at 18-0.
The left fielder, Andre Brown.
That brings up Andre Brown in for Mitchell Price. That's lined foul down the right field line. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Pitch misses outside again, 2-1. In the dirt, 3-1. That one also missed low and inside. And Brown will draw the walk to put runners on first and second.
Now hitting for the Pacers, number 36, Preston Dawson.
And Preston Dawson coming into the lineup now. Dawson only has one at-bat on the year. This will be his second at-bat, and he was unable to get a hit there. And he'll let the first pitch go by for ball 1. That one in the strike zone, count 1-1. As a fly ball down the right field line, foul territory, and out of play. One-two pitch. Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. They're going to wave the runner around third base. He's coming home, and there will be no throw at the plate. It's an RBI single for Preston Dawson.
Some of the young bats getting some action here for the Pacers.
That brings up Charlie Padilla. Padilla, 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. He's got runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 7th inning, where the Pacers lead it now 19-0. First pitch inside corner for strike 1. A little bit low. And the count 1-1. That's going to be a fly ball into right field. That'll drop in for another base hit. There comes another run for the Pacers, and he will score. Andre Brown making it in all the way from second base, and it's an RBI single for Charlie Padilla.
What a huge offensive day for the Pacers it has been.
That brings up Brian Pereira. Pereira had an RBI double his first time up. And Pereira has runners on the corners. Still 2 outs. And I'll let the first pitch go by for ball 1. Outside, 2-0. That'll find the strike zone, and the count now 2-1. Hopper down the first base side, and they'll go foul. 2-2 pitch. High and inside as Pereira turns away from it. And the count full. And Pereira offers at the pitch. Foul tips it into the glove for strike 3 and the final out. So the Pacers leave a couple stranded, but they score 3 more as the Pacers lead it 20-0 going into the 8th inning. But before we go, we're going to go ahead and thank a couple of sponsors.
We'd like to thank, of course, Willie Jules, the sponsor of the broadcast, and also Tyler's Tire and Auto Center. Sorry about that. And we'd also like to thank the South Carolina Education Lottery, where you're not only taking a chance, but you're giving a chance. Danny Michaelis, State Farm Insurance. Hit him up for all your State Farm insurance needs. And also Quality Inn and Suites.
And welcome to the top of the 8th inning. Pacers up 20-0 over the Young Harris Mountain Lions. New pitcher on the mound, Christian Aragon for USC Aiken. A couple other defensive changes. Joey Smithers takes over at shortstop. And Alex Mills stays in the game over at third base. And the count even at 1-1 right now to the leadoff man for Young Harris, Tyler Washington. And now count 2-1 as that goes into the dirt. Two-one pitch. That misses. 3-1. Aragon comes into today's game with an even 6.0 ERA. Has a 2-0 record in 6 appearances and no starts. He has 9 innings pitched on the season as well, and he gets a strike there to get the count full. High and outside for ball 4, and Washington draws the leadoff walk.
The left fielder, Corey Ewald.
Brings us to the top of the order with Corey Ewald. Ewald 1 for 3 today with a single. First pitch a bit low for ball 1. The 1-0. Inside fastball misses. 2-0. one misses as well, 3-0. In the dirt, and that'll walk him on 4 straight pitches. Ewald heads down to first to put runners on first and second. And we're going to have a little conference on the mound now. Try to settle Aragon down as he's put the first 2 on. And the umpire goes on out, tells him enough chit-chat, let's get back to baseball. Now coming up to bat will be number 12 for Young Harris.
It's Jared Campbell, the catcher.
Jared Campbell coming into the game now for Jackson Jones. And 1-0 count now to Campbell. Two-0 count. Aragon having a little trouble finding the strike zone.
Yeah, he's thrown at least 4 straight walks here. Or 6 straight balls here.
Yeah, 6 straight balls.
At least.
I don't find the strike zone on that fastball. Count 2-1. Two one. This is low and away. 3-1. All right, down the middle and the count full. Outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Shortstop number 7, Adrian Yaselga.
Yaselga comes in now to bat. He'll be batting for Zach Odom.
And that one nearly catching Yaselga.
Yeah, just Aragon just can't get the ball in the strike zone very much right now. Having a lot of trouble. He's walked the bases loaded right now. And has a 1-0 count now to Yaselga. Finds the strike zone there, though, to even the count up. Inside corner, strike 2.
Yeah, those walks have definitely been an issue for Aragon this season. He now leads the team with 13.
Foul tipped to the backstop. And the count 1 and 2. And the 1-2 pitch high for ball 2. Count even at 2 and 2. Swing and a miss for the strike three and the strikeout of Yaselga for the first out.
The third baseman, Cole Hayes.
If you're Aragon, now that you've got that first out, you can still get out of this inning without any damage done. You just got to throw something low in the zone, get something on the ground, turn that double play.
And Cole Hayes up now. Takes the first pitch strike. Hayes yet to record a hit this season. He's only had 2 at-bats, though. Bases are still loaded with 1 out. And the count now 0-2.
Aragon finding the strike zone a little bit better in these last few pitches.
Possibly settled down a little bit after getting the strikeout. Certainly would help boost your confidence in yourself a bit.
Oh, absolutely.
0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And this time he strikes out Cole Hayes on 3 pitches. And it's 2 down.
The pinch hitter, number 35, Brett Westmoreland.
And Brett Westmoreland coming in now. He'll pinch hit for Zach Wall. So 2 down and the bases loaded here in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch high and outside for ball 1 to Westmoreland. Pacers lead 20-0. They've scored a pair of touchdowns and 2 field goals. And a swing and a miss on a high fastball, 1-1.
Yeah, it's been a big scoring day for the Pacers. 20 runs, that's nearly unheard of in baseball.
Yeah, certainly a rarity, even in the pros. And the 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Foul back, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Upper part of the strike zone for strike 3. So Christian Aragon walks the bases loaded and then gets 3 strikeouts in a row to end the threat and preserve the shutout as we go into the bottom of the 8th. Pacers up 20-0. And welcome back, folks. Bottom of the 8th inning. Pacers up 20-0. Luke Westerberg will lead things off against the new pitcher, Jack Hopkins. And first pitch high and inside for ball 1. Westerberg struck out his first time up. And he avoids that one for a 2-0 count. Popped up, center field. Washington moving over to get to it. And he will make the catch for the first out.
The shortstop, number 9, Joey Smithers.
That brings up Joey Smithers in for Dalton Weeks. Weeks went 1 for 3 today with a walk, reached on an error, a single, hit by pitch, and 2 runs scored. And Smithers takes the first pitch strike. And that pitch misses low and away for ball 1 to even the count up. The 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. The 1-2. Changeup falls back into the strike zone. Smithers down looking for the second out.
Number 12, Alex Mills.
And now Mills will come up to bat for the Pacers.
Yeah, Mills doubled and came around to score his first time up.
Continuing his nice start to the season for a freshman. 6 of 11 on the year.
And he'll foul off the first pitch for strike 1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Bit low, 1-2. Curveball comes in at Mills. Gets out of the way, though, and count 2-2. This is outside, count full to Mills. Fouled off, and we'll do it over. Once again, the 3-2 pitch popped up on the first base side, foul territory. That'll go out of play. And once again, the 3-2 pitch just misses low and away for ball 4, and Mills draws the 2-out walk.
Good plate appearance from Mills. Got those 2 quick strikes and then battled back to draw the walk.
Dave Linkster coming up now. Reached on an error and scored his first time up. And a swing and a miss at the first pitch for strike one. Pitch low and away for ball, 1-1. One pitch foul back, 1-2. Fly ball, foul territory, and out of play. Count stays right where it is at 1-2. Popped up. Third base side of the infield to the shortstop, who will catch it for the third and final out. So the Pacers will leave one stranded. As we go into the top of the ninth, Pacers will try to close it out with a 20-0 lead. And welcome back. Rudy Gayona will lead things off here in the top of the ninth as the Young Harris Mountain Lions will try to mount a tremendous comeback, down 20-0.
And what a comeback it would be.
They'll have to face off against the right-handed freshman Ty Alvey for the Pacers. First pitch inside, and they're going to say it nicked him. So Gaona will head on down to first base to start things off.
The third baseman, number 1, Levi Whitmire.
I'll bring up Levi Whitmire, 1 for 3 today with a single. First pitch in there for strike 1. High fastball. Managed to hold back his swing, so the count even at 1-1. The 1-1. Another high pitch. Misses. 2-1. Fouled out of play, and the count 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch comes at the head of Whitmire, but he's able to duck out of the way and the count full.
A nice little stretching grab by Padilla to save that one from going to the backstop.
The 3-2 pitch fouled off. Do it over again. Swing and a miss, and down Whitmire goes on strikes for the first out.
Right fielder, number 22, Nick Sexton.
And Nick Sexton will come to bat now. And he's going to hit one. Just short. Smithers gets it, throws it to second for 1. The throw to first will not be in time, however. So they'll get the lead runner, but that's about it. And it's 2 down in the top of the 9th inning.
Center fielder, number 32, Tyler Washington.
That'll bring up Tyler Washington, 0 for 2 today with a walk. He's got a runner on first and 2 down. First pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a miss. Evens the count up at 1-1. Popped up, foul territory, third base side, and it's going to go out of play. That one's going to be a fly ball into shallow left field, out dropping for a base hit. And that will extend the inning a bit longer.
The left fielder, number 26, Corey Ewald.
That brings up to the top of the order Corey Ewald, 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. And runners on first and second with 2 down. And Badia heads on out to have a word with Alvey. First pitch popped up in the air, right field. And that will be caught for the third and final out. And that will do it here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium. The Pacers sweep the series by winning Game 3 by a score of 20-0. They score their 20 runs on 16 hits and 0 errors versus the Mountain Lions 0 runs on 5 hits and 5 errors. We will be back in action soon enough as the Pacers take on North Greenville on March 1st at 6 p.m., followed by a week off, and then they take on College of St. Rose here at the Burt on March 8th at 6 p.m., before starting up a 3-game series against Nova Southeastern on March 9th. But that's it. Here from Roberto Hernandez Stadium, I'm Marcus Johnson, along with Jordan Phillips. Thank you for joining us, and have a good one.